All right, top story. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's no trust test delayed till April 3rd after National Assembly was adjourned following massive ruckus amidst opposition pressure to resign. Pakistan INB Minister Fuad Chaudhry makes sensational blame India for political crisis, says Nawaz Sharif conspired with India to topple Imran government. Now the no-confidence proceedings will begin on Sunday. Remember, the Pakistani National Assembly has a total strength of 342 members, with majority mark being 172. The PTI-led coalition was formed with the support of 179 members, but now, after MQMP left the party, PTI stands with 164 members in support and the opposition has 177 supporters in the National Assembly. This is how the numbers pan out.
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म इमरान खान को हटाने की साजिश एक बैनुल-अक़वामी हुकूमत की ख्वाहिश के ऊपर तरतीब दी गई और इसमें साबिक़ वज़ीर-ए-आज़म नवाज शरीफ, जिनकी मुलाकातें हिंदुस्तान के लोगों से ढकी छुपी नहीं हैं, इजराइल के डिप्लोमेट से ढकी छुपी नहीं है, ये हदायत जो हैं वो कहीं से आई, लेकिन नवाज शरीफ के अपार्टमेंट से ये साजिश जो है वो शुरू हुई और यहाँ पे आके वो ख़त्म हो रही है। इमरान खान आखिरी गेंद तक लड़ने वाले खिलाड़ी हैं। कतई तौर के ऊपर ना तो कोई इस्तीफ़ा हमसे किसी को तवक्को भी है, ना ही हमें इस्तीफा देने की जरूरत भी है।
नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल की इमरजेंसी मीटिंग कॉल हो गई है, इसलिए उसके लिए मैं लाहौर का दौरा मंसूख कर रहा हूँ और इंशाअल्लाह मीर जाफरों और इन गद्दारों, इस जमहूरियत के गद्दारों और ब्लैकमेलरों के खिलाफ इमरान खान कल तो खिताब नहीं किया, लेकिन उम्मीद है कि आज खिताब करें।
सर क्या नजर आ रहा है सर?
नजर तो अभी 2 दिन बड़े हैं, मैं कल का और परसों का इंशाअल्लाह ताला इमरान खान लड़ेगा आखिरी बॉल और आखिरी ओवर तक।
आज पूरी कौम के सामने मुतहदा अपोजिशन जो है वो कामयाब हो चुकी, हम ये अपना जीत चुके। ये मोशन अब 22 करोड़ आवाम ने इसका फैसला करना है इंशाअल्लाह।
इज्जत के साथ, एहतराम के साथ, इस इंस्टीट्यूशन, इस मुल्क, इस जमहूरियत का एहतराम के साथ आए। यहाँ ही नेशनल असेंबली हॉल है, आप अपना प्रोड्यूस करें नंबर्स, हम अपने लेकर आते हैं नंबर्स। अवाम को मज़ीद मुश्किलात ना दें, कौम में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल क्राइसिस पैदा की कोशिश ना करें, और ये इसमें आपका इज्जत होगा।
Meanwhile, Imran Khan has lost majority after a key ally, the MQM party, dumped the PTI-led coalition. It's game over for Imran as the united opposition claims to already have majority before the trust vote. Take a look at this report.
He was expected to bring about a Naya Pakistan. Instead, Naya Prime Minister is likely on the cards in Islamabad. By Tuesday night, Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan lost majority ahead of the no trust vote against him that will be held in April. His party's key ally, the Muttahida Qawmi movement, has joined the opposition. On Monday, a no-confidence motion was tabled against Imran Khan by opposition leader and main contender for Prime Minister's position, Shahbaz Sharif.
To move the following resolution for a vote of no confidence against the Prime Minister.
161 अरकान तहरीक की हमायत में खड़े हैं, लिहाजा वज़ीर-ए-आज़म के खिलाफ अदम एतमाद के वोट की करारदाद पेश करने की इजाज़त दी जाती है।
When he took charge, Imran Khan, propped up with the support of the Pakistan Army and a globally recognized celebrity face who enjoyed familiarity with the West, had raised many hopes. Today, Pakistan's citizens are disillusioned with Imran. Protests break out regularly against his administration. So what went wrong for the cricketer turned Neta? Pakistan has dropped 16 spots in the corruption index and is ranked at 140, showing a huge increase in corruption as per Transparency International. Barring 2018, the economy has barely grown under his watch. Pakistan is battling high inflation, a slowing economy, and rising external debt servicing obligations to China and Saudi Arabia. global money laundering and terrorist financing watchdog, the FATF, has retained Pakistan on its terrorism financing list. With regular interference on Kashmir, Imran has ignored his own backyard of terror shelters. Imran has not been able to come out of the image that he mainly acts on Pakistan Army and ISI orders. If Imran Khan loses the no-trust vote, PMLN President Shahbaz Sharif could be the next Prime Minister of Pakistan. Imran will now have two options: buy time for himself to garner support of allies for voting, and two, a last-minute agreement with the Pakistan Army and ISI. In Pakistan's so-called democratic history, no Prime Minister has completed a full term. Imran Khan's chances are also looking very slim at this time. Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, in a significant step, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been reduced in the northeastern states. Home Minister Amit Shah announced that from April 1st, 2022, areas of Nagaland, Manipur and Assam coming under AFSPA will be reduced after decades. Home Minister Shah took to Twitter and said the reduction in areas under AFSPA is due to the improved security situation and to fast-track development, adding that this move would end insurgency in these areas and would bring peace. AFSPA is an act of parliament that grants special powers to Indian armed forces to maintain public order in disturbed areas. The law gives armed forces the authority to use force or even open fire after giving due warnings if they feel a person is in contravention of the law.
वहाँ विकास का जो दौर है वो और तेजी से आगे बढ़ेगी। आफ्सपा होने से क्या होता है कि एक डिस्टर्ब माहौल में लोगों को एक भय रहता है कि सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस आ रहे हैं, और सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस इसलिए आते हैं क्योंकि वहाँ गतिविधि होते हैं गलत तरीके के। तो अब ये आफ्सपा कम होने का मतलब ये है कि शांति लौट आई है और अब नॉर्थ ईस्ट विकास के पथ पर चल चुके हैं क्योंकि शांति का भी बहाल हो गई है।
I congratulate Amit Shah ji because their continuous effort to bring peace in Northeast region finally succeeded, and in Assam particularly Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, as a Chief Minister, he has done a lot to reduce this tension, and most of the organization has laid down their arms. So I think it is the biggest success to bring peace in the Northeast region, and we welcome this step.
AFSPA will be withdrawn from midnight today. Now AFSPA will be there only in the hills district of Assam and in the upper Assam, where, as we all know, that situation is yet to be improved to the satisfaction of the government. That from today, 60% of Assam's area will be out of AFSPA.
Meanwhile, no respite for commuters. Fuel prices have been hiked for the 9th time in the last 10 days. Petrol and diesel prices have been increased by 80 paisa a litre each. Petrol in Delhi will now cost 101 rupees per litre as against 101.01 previously, while diesel rates have gone up from 92.27 per litre to rupees 93.07. Diesel has breached the rupees 100 mark in Congress-ruled Maharashtra, and of petrol prices stands at 116 per litre. Due to the soaring prices, Congress has taken to the streets to protest. Leading the charge, party MPs from both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha staged a protest demonstration at Vijay Chowk near the Parliament in Delhi. Rahul Gandhi slammed the centre, asked the government to ensure the prices don't rise further, saying that government policies are hurting the poor and the middle class.
On the issue of price rise, Congress MPs led by Rahul Gandhi are staging a protest outside the parliament near Vijay Chowk. You can see that holding placards, the Congress MPs from both Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha are demanding that the fuel hike which has taken back should be taken back. The fuel price hike which has taken place in last 10 days has to be rolled back. They're also holding placards saying that during the Manmohan Singh regime, the price of cylinder was around 410 rupees, but now the price has gone up to 1,000 rupees. All the MPs from both Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha are staging a sit-down protest over here. A bike has been kept here. You can see along with the gas cylinders. This is what the placards are also saying. Chunav Khatam, loot chalu. And they're saying that this is a loot going on and the government has to stop this loot. With the journalist Abhishek Supriya Bharadwaj for India Today in Delhi.
Petrol and diesel prices are climbing rapidly. Government is making thousands and thousands of crores from this. Over the last 10 days, 9 times they have been raised. Congress party is protesting across the country.
We are trying to reflect the sentiments of the common people of the country. The way in which the government of India is actually looting the people of the country is reflecting through this agitation. All over India we are agitating. Here our MPs, Member of Parliaments, are agitating.
Meanwhile, dangerous nuclear escalation by Vladimir Putin over European skies comes to light after Sweden's big revelation. As per Swedish media reports, Russian bombers armed with nuclear warheads entered European Union airspace earlier this month to intimidate Stockholm, which had pledged military aid to Ukraine. Take a look at this report.
Amidst the all-out Ukraine offensive, back-to-back open nuclear threats and chilling muscle flexing with nuclear weapons. Now comes the biggest escalation in Putin's war machine. A dangerous ploy which could throw Europe and the entire world into the grip of nuclear tension. In the most dramatic revelation, exposing possibly Putin's intent, Sweden has revealed that Russian fighter bombers carrying nuclear warheads had violated European airspace in early March. According to these claims, 4 of Vladimir Putin's Sukhoi warplanes took off from a Russian airbase in Kaliningrad and swooped in over the Baltic Sea towards the Swedish island of Gotland in the Baltic Sea. 2 of the fighter bombers were identified as Russian Sukhoi Su-24s, which were found to be carrying nuclear warheads. They were escorted by 2 other Russian jets, possibly Sukhoi 27 air superiority fighters. The 4 Russian jets were intercepted by 2 Swedish JAS-39 Gripen fighter jets, which forced them to turn back. The Swedish fighters took aerial pictures of the Su-24 bombers with single stabilizer tails, allegedly carrying the nukes.
Any country that's promising these weapons is in the line of Russian fire, so to say. It's a message tactically to Sweden not to give weapons and systems to Ukraine, and strategically it's a big message that's going out to other countries. Basically, Russia is trying to send out a message to the United States, to United Kingdom, to North Atlantic Treaty Organization countries not to get directly involved in Russia's war with Ukraine.
Russia's alleged move is being seen as an intimidation tactic to arm twist Sweden after it pledged military aid and anti-tank weaponry for Ukraine. But it also marks a dangerous step up in Putin's war move. How long can the world put up with Putin's unending provocations, especially in the nuclear sphere?
Russia's aim is to ensure that the existing supply of weapons and systems and those defensive weapons and systems, that's checked, curtailed, future supplies curtailed, and then it will deal with Ukraine in the times ahead. Though on ground, there are of course some signals that Russia, before the talks that happened in Turkey starting the 1st of April, is showing some signs of relenting.
With Gaurav Sawant on the outskirts of Kyiv, Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. You're watching a fact-check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. There's a claim suggesting that Putin attended Zelensky's comedy show years ago. The fact check on that, it's a doctored video. Putin never attended any Zelensky show. Two separate video clips have been merged and stitched together to make it look like Putin was there in attendance while Zelensky performed. With that quick fact check, time for us to wrap up this edition of news. To stay with me on the other side is To The Point.